By the time that I concluded, I had nothing left to lose. My heart had sunk so low I felt it squishing in my shoes. And I didn't have the guts to say I didn't want to choose. So I chose to sit there silently and wonder, when do I get out of here and get a chance to roam? Then when will that be over so that I can be at home? And when do you stop thinking every move you make is wrong? When do you finally find a final answer? How does one commemorate all the things they didn't earn? And when will you quit wondering when I'm finally gonna learn? And how long must I wait in this long line with my returns, if there's clearly no refunds for all this spending? But I wouldn't want to find a better option, and I sure don't want your name up top in bold. And I couldn't have been bothered to get up and get the door, so I just left you sitting out there in the cold. But no one's getting better here, least likely me or you. And no one is in charge of making all our dreams come true. It's like I'm always saying, if you do, you do, you do. And if you don't, then what's the use in even trying? But which way could I put this that won't make you want to stop? I put my nose up to the grindstone and that shaved the thing clean off. And I said nothing, really nothing's gonna make me want to stop. And when you get a chance, could you pass me the clicker? But I wouldn't want to go into the details, and I sure don't want to read another letter. And every time I look at you, it's not that I go blind. In fact, it seems I tend to see a little better. And I sure don't want you sifting through my garbage. And is there such thing as a perfect moment? And is it true that I could come and see you anytime I'd like? Or would that require some sort of appointment? Hey, thanks everyone. How's it going? Thanks for having me.
Thanks for coming.
No problem. It's no problem. It's just nearby. It's only a 40-hour drive. I'm Jake McKelvie. I live in Worcester, Massachusetts. Thanks for having me come play songs at Sam Bond's Garage. This is a song about some bumper stickers I've been seeing, mostly in the Northeast, but they might make their way out here sometime soon. Oh, what you could not accomplish, sitting at home on your own, humming home on the range. My objectives have shifted, my perspective's been lifted, and I'm still overall pretty strange. How much for the big one? And what if I told you there's not much more really else I can do? What if they make fun of you? You know you can always make fun of them too. You thought I was a real one the whole time writing shotgun's one of those lawn ornament things, and that reminds you of someone, but I wouldn't say who, 'cause you know how things travel these days. Move in or move over, a 400-leaf clover. I can't believe my luck as of late. Can't believe my luck as of late. Can't believe my luck as of late. And oh my God, is this what I think it is? I wish I was sitting down. What should I tell the kids? It's hard to tell from the glare in your sunglasses, but I'm a rattlesnake with a bellyache. I've got nowhere else to go. It's not as if there's a mandate. Let's admit we don't look great. We'll do something else for a while. Behind a truck on the highway, nowhere near home, on the back it says money for nothing. Says it's a Jeep thing. Says I wouldn't understand. It says, Jake, you'd be having a great time if you had a better 5-year plan. Says my other car's a machine gun. Says coexist. Says the logo of my least favorite sports team. Meet my young friend Calvin's Pips. Says UN, what army? Says no thanks, I just ate. Says why don't you get into the left lane? It looks like you are running late. It looks like you are running late. It looks like you are running late. And don't look now, but I know that guy over there. He doesn't remember me, or he does, but he doesn't care. Okay, now you can look now, but just don't stare, 'cause he's a lava lamp at a summer camp, just waiting to be turned on. Hey, thanks for listening, everyone. We went through this years ago. Once you had it figured out, things used to be just like I like, but they sure aren't like that now. And now you're an old black guitar smeared with shiny finger marks. But don't you dare delay it. Rewind and then replay it. 'Cause everybody feels the same, but no one wants to say it. So there's one small hoop for flying through, one long tooth for lying through. No real sense of pining where the time does or does not go. But if you have to break my heart, then just do it nice and slow. What did you have to say to get the laundry to unfold? The ice cream is all melted, the warm TV glow's gone cold. What if we filled our bowls back up for one more episode? Well, don't you even tempt me. You know my bowl is barely empty, and I'm so used to doing exactly what I'm told. Look, here comes the sunrise. Let's undo the twist ties. Sure, there are tears in my eyes, because where else would they be? And if you have to break my heart, just do it piece by piece, by piece by piece, by piece by piece, by piece by piece. Thanks for sticking around, everybody. I put out a new record last year, and I've been playing songs from that. I just ran out of the vinyl copies that I had on this tour with me, but I have some copies of my other most recent record on vinyl and some CDs and tapes and things. This is an older song from an older record. You've got to sing it on your own time, or at least when I'm out of town. You know you're gonna have to buy me jewelry now. There are boxes in the attic, they're all flattened from unpacking, and I'll tape them back together for this. I don't care about your boots anymore. I don't care how many ways there are to leave you, 'cause I'm picking the first one, and I will know by the number of steel guitars on your next shit record how sad you are. But if your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. Your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. Your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. So I'm packing your bags for the morning. In the morning we'll take all my time and put it back where it needs to be. Then I'm bringing you back to Nashville, but that doesn't mean that I am coming too. who's taking you if I had any answers. If there were any fewer square dancers, and if you were not a freelancer, maybe I'd be there with you now. But then you said it's someone else's song. You said it's something that you learned the other afternoon while I was at home sleeping on the couch in front of the TV. Well, surely that's not your favorite place for me to be, but don't call me Shirley and it's mine. And if your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. Your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. Your lips were any softer, I'd fall right through. If your lips were any softer, well, whatever could I do? So I'm packing your bags for the morning, and the morning will take all my time and put it back where it goes. Then I'm bringing you back to Nashville, but that doesn't mean that I am coming to. On the day I first set out to take the world all by surprise, I did it for the air and for your hair and for your eyes. Though I swore I heard you calling, I knew that I was wrong, 'cause I forgot the way it sounded, having been away so long. So would you commandeer me? Would you make me all your own? Would you tally all the rallies to which I wish I had gone? 'Cause I'd give you all my money if you give me all your flesh. We could buy our love in bulk just to make sure that it stays fresh, or the other way around. And just like nervously forgetting your unique 4-digit PIN, or a free sign with the letters only slightly colored in, on a cushion of a couch, taped down but flapping in the wind, just hoping someone's gonna need it more than you do. And I'm thinking of the drive up, which I've done 1,000 times, and the exit by the maple bacon waffle sandwich sign, and how I wish there was an option to be looking at your eyes while at the same time looking at the road around it. 'Cause there's the way you tend to take it, there's the way you tend to make it, there's the way I tend to always reconstruct my heart then break it. There's the way I tend to wonder as I'm inching toward the door if in fact I still can't take it anymore. There's a final destination for an everlasting buzz. It's one last simple wiki entry change from is to was. There's a common understanding under which it's hard to stand, but is it really any better off in someone else's hands? I don't think so. appreciate it. Thanks for listening. How's everyone feeling?
Right.
Okay, all right. I'll believe you this time. I've been lied to before about this sort of thing. Say, how's everybody feeling? And everyone goes, woo. You just know something's askew. Something's amiss. But I'm going to choose to give you the benefit of the doubt that everyone's feeling, woo. Here's another song from the record I have on vinyl tonight. You said you're never gonna make it truly stick, and that turned out true, but what can you do? It turned out true, but what can you do? It turned out true, but what can you do? Let's think. Well, you could plot out the end game, rebuild the mainframe, drink a bunch of stuff without referencing a brand name. You could empty your heart, refill it with aspartame, wait a couple years and do the same thing again. And sure, I could be famouser, but I could be aimlesser, and in the grand scheme certain things could be painlesser. But anyone can wonder why they do what they do to begin with. Well, believe it or not, I've been sipping out of cans. They say cans give you cancer, so do certain plants and certain stances. In some places, certain dances give you cancer, so I keep sipping out of cans. And if you don't hold on tight, you might lose me. If you don't hold on tight, that might be an improvement. If you don't hold on tight, I just might not invite you back in. So then guess what? So then guess what? So then guess what? Guess what? Well, I'll tell you. Just wait. Then we get back together. Yeah, then we get back apart. And everyone just does what they were doing in the first place. Once we got slightly bolder, it was better getting on. Then someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. Yeah, someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. Well, the devil's in the details, the devil's in your emails, the devil's gonna sell your soul and mark it up for retail, and I'm gonna buy it, 'cause I can't resist a good sale. And then once more it happens, where we get back together, yeah, then we get back apart, and everyone just does what they were doing in the first place. Once we got slightly bolder, it was better getting on. Then someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. Yeah, someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. Yeah, someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. Yeah, someone had to wonder where you go to once you're gone. But it's hard to think about this world, and it's hard to clap the wobbling, and it's hard to keep the cursing out, to put a stop to the sobbing. I'm trying to get you less completely. appreciate it, guys. Thanks. Thanks for being so polite.
You're rowdy. You're great. You're gonna have rowdy or polite?
Oh, polite is great.
all
Yeah,
right.
polite was. I'm always on the polite side.
Okay. A little combo. Yeah.
No, let's keep it polite. I'm into the polite.
Polite and enthusiastic is what I meant.
Perfect combo.
Yeah.
I'll play a new song. Is that okay?
Yeah.
You don't know any of my songs. You guys don't know my songs. You guys don't know my songs.
We will say.
Yeah, dude.
I did listen to your
I
video.
listened to three.
That's all you could That's all you could stand.
No.
I listen to as many songs as I could tolerate going into the evening. Just kidding. Thanks for listening. Here's a new song. Sorry. Now I'm being impolite. I'm sorry.
That's all right.
I could sing for my supper. I could curtsy and bow for my meat. I could dance for my dinner, but I've got too many feet. My head's on a swivel, my heart's on a string. My mind's in the gutter, and I don't feel a thing. The way you're looking at me, that's a pool cue to the shins. When you play the game of life, it's always shirts versus skins. Now my tongue's on the table, and your legs poking out of your dress. And my cartoon-shaped heart is pumping out of my chest. Excuse me for speaking, let's do your thing instead. But I still have this big gaping hole in my head. If anyone asks, say you got this from me. The past was in color and stunning HD. Why do the bad guys keep winning? Why do the bad guys even get to exist? If I'm the bouncer for heaven, then they're not on the list. But I could dance for my dinner. I could sneak to your room real discreet. I could sing for my supper, but I'd sing it too sweet. Thanks. Tonight's open mic night. You scream, then you sit. You chew on your cheeks, and you choke on your spit. If life's like a movie, then it isn't well lit. And no one applauds when it's over. So you walk in the rain as the city gets rinsed off. You pick at my brain. You don't wipe your prints off. You blotted the stain with a sponge and a washcloth and hope nobody will notice. You want to cut to the heart of the human condition, but you can't figure out where to make the incision. And it's never been clear if there's anyone listening since I know you didn't hear me when I said don't ease me in, then slam the brakes. Don't take the bet, then raise the stakes. Don't write me out of this one. For goodness sakes, I'm just now getting the feeling. Don't be such an easy laugher. Don't confide in a grip or a gaffer. You best not sleep through the second half. I'm not explaining the ending. And if I don't go where you go, does that mean I'm in trouble? Let's say I take it slow, does the rate or the rent get doubled? Thanks. I'll play a couple more songs.
Great. We'll stay.
I live in, if you probably already heard me say, I live in Massachusetts.
Where's that?
What's that? You wouldn't understand. I came over to the BMW for a handful of shows. I'm on tour for about 9 days. Well, I guess I've got 2 more shows left after tonight. I played in Eugene back in 2017, I think. I haven't been back since. Thanks for having me.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Thank you.
I could watch the days disintegrate, or I could start rebuilding them with double clicks, triple titles, fire me just like a rifle, buy your kindness at the store. Lay me out across the floor, I do not need your money, just like I don't need you anymore. I'll hit the button like I should, leave you like a lover would, and never try to make you mine. Like you, my darling Clementine, are you a sight for sore eyes, a reason to get more eyes, or a non-essential part in my escape? And is there anybody watching over me? I better run before it's too late. Solid chunks of energy, or liquid if you have to fake it. Find the subtle outline, hold it up to light, then try to trace it. With your bland tasting hand, shaking head racing past the copy maker. Always take a second to prepare for all the awful things you're bound to see out there. I saw 2 or 3 this morning. They were inching closer to your hair and riding in your shopping cart, making nests inside your heart and acting like they never knew your name. But I don't need this quite that bad, or do I? Well, my skin is getting thinner and the days are getting harder, but thankfully the spots under my eyes are getting darker and my sleeves are getting shorter. My face is turning gray, but it's not like all the money here shriveled up or walked away or moved to a another dimension, or simply stopped existing in the formal sense, despite my best intentions. And no one in the morning ever gives themselves to me, so why would I offer myself to the morning? And also, why do all the days continue passing without any kind of warning? But forgetting all the ticket stubs and rubber gloves and tooth decay, driving home with heavy eyelids, shaking my head half the way, and leaning in the kitchen, which is fine enough for me, I guess, and waiting for the ringing telephone not to scare me to death. There's frosting that's piled high, caking up against my gums. It's thicker than the coat of dust that's settling atop my lungs. No matter how I sift through, I could never sort your tangles. Just forget about watching over me, because, darling, I'm the one who guards the angels. But I swear my anger is not livid enough, my memories are not vivid enough, and my nerves are not timid enough, and you are not forgiving enough, and I'm not nearly living enough to make any of this seem worthwhile. No, my anger isn't livid enough, my memories are not vivid enough, my nerves are not timid enough, and you're not forgiving enough, and I'm not nearly living enough to make any of this seem worthwhile. But there's gotta be some reason to find you, aside from your hair blowing behind you. There's gotta be some reason to find you, aside from your hair. And there's gotta be some reason to find you, aside from your hair blowing behind you. There's gotta be some reason to find you, aside from your hair. Thanks, everyone. I'll just play one more song. Thanks a lot for having me. I feel lucky to be here. Thanks for listening to my songs. My name is Jake McKelvie. Thanks to Alexa, and thanks to Waldo, and the rest of the crew that played some songs. Thanks, Nick. Thanks, Jeff. Thanks, Sam Bonds. I've got a little cluster of things on offer over in the corner. Well, I guess it's not the corner, but on the bench here, I've got some shirts and some hats, some corduroy hats, and some records and tapes and CDs. I also have some air fresheners I had made to promote my new record. They smell real bad. I'll give you one. I'm trying to offload these things. This will be my last song. Stay safe, be well. Each time we're out here, it starts and it fits. That means you're up in the clouds, and then you're down in the pits, and you're out on the cusp of maybe just calling it quits. But the sucker won't answer. It hears the tone and it splits, and I say, how do you put out a love that's doomed for disaster, just to reissue it later, expanded and remastered if the clarity suffers, but the turnaround's faster? Is the purchase still worth it? Could it be a long laster? Find the shell of your past, hold it up to your ear. I'm having a heck of a time getting the hell out of here. And then someone unlicensed who thinks they can steer takes the wheel, hits the wall, busts the tires and the mirrors, and you pull off for a brief respite from combat. You see a girl at the gas pump who you barely even look at, and you say, what if the car she was driving was the same one you had? Do you think you'd stay for a while? But moments like this, they just exacerbate the issue. You know, they sharpen themselves and they lacerate the tissue, and they try as they will to compel or convince you that a hurricane's coming, but it'll probably miss you. And I used to worry more, but now it seems clear to me, some sort of counter conundrum, a reverse mystery. It's a fine line to walk, but a real clear one to see, and it's a bright line that divides the sides between you and me. But everyone knows there's no prize unless you win it. Everyone knows they just don't want to admit it. And everybody knows there's 1,000 ways to spin it, but the mornings they'll creep up on you minute by minute. And as far as you can tell, that's just how it works. We act like a bunch of smug, stuck-up, spoiled jerks and sign up for programs, earn points and get perks, and say everything's fine, even though everything hurts. And that's funny 'cause it's true, but it's sad 'cause it's you. And it's bad not to brace for what's bound to ensue, and it's a waste to cut and paste just to later undo. Control save, control close, pace around, control new. Is there a version of this where a person exists who does not need a person on whom to subsist? And if so, what term would you pick? Is that a gift or a trick? If you're building walls just to toss things against them and see if they stick. 'Cause if the air here was breathable, then you bet I'd bottle and sell it by the cup. And if your heart was reheatable, then I'd do all I could not to gobble it up. Good night, thanks everyone, appreciate it.